Title: The Reel of Shadows. The small town of Elmsworth had seen better days. Once basking in the glow of Friday night double features and snowy winter movie marathons, it had now faded into obscurity. The old drive-in theater lay abandoned at the edge of town, its screen sagging and its concession stand stripped of flavor, much like the town itself. But among the townsfolk, stories persisted about an old film kept hidden in the theater's projection room, a never-aired horror movie known only as The Reel of Shadows. Derek and Lila, two aspiring filmmakers, dared each other to explore the forgotten site one fateful autumn night. The evening air was laced with the scent of damp leaves, and the moon hung low, painting the world in shades of silver and shadow. "I'll prove to you that it's just a movie," Lila challenged, her bravado echoing in the chill. As they stepped through the rusted gates, a breeze swept through, whispering secrets of the past. The dilapidated screen loomed over them, marred by the passage of time but still magnificent in its own way. Derek pulled out a flashlight, its beam cutting through the darkness as they made their way toward the projection booth. "Can you believe this place used to be packed?" Derek mused, startling a crow that took flight near an overgrown bush. "Imagine the laughs and screams it held." Quote, "Yeah, but what's left of it now?" Lila replied, slightly unnerved. "Just a creepy old building full of rumors." Quote, "At last, they reached the projection room, a narrow space filled with dust and forgotten dreams. Spools of film lay scattered about, but what caught their eye was a peculiar cabinet, half covered by peeling posters. Beneath the clutter, they spotted an old film reel with faded handwritten notes. "Do not show. The Reel of Shadows." Quote, Lila's heart raced with excitement and fear. "We have to watch it," she urged, her adventurous spirit outweighing her hesitation. Derek hesitated, recalling tales of how anyone who had glimpsed the film had been changed, haunted by visions they could not shake. But curiosity gnawed at his resolve. "How about this?" he proposed. "We'll set up the projector, and if we feel uneasy, we'll stop." Quote, minutes later, they had dusted off the projector and managed to get it running. The room filled with the whir of machinery, a ghostly hum that seemed to harmonize with the echo of the past. They sat on wobbly chairs, anticipation thick in the air, as the film flickered to life. At first, it appeared to be a low-budget horror flick, filled with exaggerated acting and melodrama. But then, the tone shifted. The scenes morphed into unsettling imagery, a character exploring a dark forest, followed by shadows hinting at something sinister. Dread built as they watched the character's descent into madness. Insidious whispers now penetrated the air, mingling with the hiss of the projector. Derek shivered, the unease creeping in. "This is wrong," he murmured, glancing at Lila. But she was rapt, entranced by what unfolded before them. Without warning, the lead character turned to the camera, his eyes pleading and eyes wide with terror. "Get out while you can," he screamed, an echoing cry. Just then, an ear-splitting shriek erupted from the film, causing Derek to jump. "We should turn it off." "No, wait." Lila's eyes glistened in the film's dim glow. A thrill pulsed through her. "It's just a movie, Derek." But as they continued watching, the scenes grew darker, howling winds, twisted trees, and shadows that danced around the protagonist. Each frame flickered faster, and Derek could swear that the whispers were now taking form, filling the room with a chill that bit at their bones. Then the screen blinked, and everything changed. They found themselves enveloped in an oppressive silence, every sound absorbed by the shadows around them. The air felt thick, and the light dimmed as the film showed the character cornered, suffocated by darkness. With a final scream of terror, the screen went black. Suddenly, they were thrown into a chaotic whirlwind of color and sound. Derek strained to comprehend what was happening. It was as if the characters were pulling them into their world. Derek felt an icy hand wrap around his throat. "Get it off," he gasped, choking on his panic. Lila screamed, eyes wide, as the shadows began to envelop her, pulling her closer to the screen. "Derek, help!" With a surge of adrenaline, Derek lunged forward, yanking the film reel from the projector. The room was lit by sparks and sounds of machinery protesting. The shadows reeled back as if injured, releasing Lila. She tumbled to the floor, gasping. "Did we just? It was real." Derek panted, his eyes wild with fear. "What do we do?" Lila's voice trembled. Thinking quickly, Derek grabbed the ammo of repressed memories and fear found in the cabinet. More film reels, warning scrawls, and time-worn stories that hinted at the fate of those who had succumbed to the darkness. They fled the booth, not daring to look back, as the theater shook with the echoes of rage from the film that had almost claimed their lives. The shadows writhed, angry at being denied a new audience. The next day, the drive-in stood intact but for a few mysterious burn marks that circled the projector booth. The reel of shadows was never found, and the townsfolk would still tell of the haunted film that lurked unseen. Derek and Lila, haunted by fragments of the night, returned home but vowed to never speak of what they experienced. They no longer aspired to be filmmakers, instead dedicated their lives to keeping the secrets of Elmsworth buried, alongside the memories of a cursed film that revealed the darkness that runs deep in every frame.